What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another session of Build, Break, and Fix brought to you by, yes, yours truly, Raw Coders. And today is me and the special Dinesh. Welcome back, Dinesh. How have you been?
Yeah, thanks, Ed. Yeah, really good. Um, yeah, sorry I couldn't make it on Sunday, but yeah, I'm here today and yeah, ready to get on it.
Fantastic. Now, man, really good to have you back. In the show, your presence, involvement, and contribution to this stream really is invaluable. So yeah, fantastic to have you back again. So just to give a bit of a brief recap on what has been happening is Tori actually did a pull request on the Git repo, and he actually managed to solve the problem in which the board names had to come in an array, and which was really a spectacular contribution from his side. So if you're there, Tori, thank you very much again. So what we did just today, then me and Kartik, we went ahead and made sure that the unique board name functionality is working, which it is now. So I will get you to as in test it for us again when you start sharing the screen. But for now today, so after testing that, we need to be working on the functionality that you were keen on for the backend, as
Nice.
in
Okay.
getting the board name. So it's all in action today.
Awesome. All right, I'm
How
keen
do you
for that.
feel?
Yeah, really good, Zane. Yeah, yeah, I'm really keen to work on that. So yeah, happy.
I could tell. Fantastic. All right, cool. So do you want to share your screen?
Yeah, sure thing. That's awesome that Tori fixed that issue. So yeah, really great.
Yeah, yeah. I checked his. Sorry, this was meant to be on silent. Come on, Zane. Yeah, so I was really that I made that poor guy changes as in the pull request twice
Oh well.
before
Mm-hmm.
merging it because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, for different reasons, but eventually the best part was that he was really persistent, so
Mm-hmm.
he finally got there and we merged his pull request, so that was phenomenal. um so
Okay.
we created a new branch called I think it was unique. If you just do the branch, it should show you the branches. Oh, actually do a git pull first, and then yeah, here we go. Perfect. So the branch you would want is git unique hyphen board names.
Switch.
Probably do a checkout. Oh no, no, that's fine. That's which is fine.
Either is okay, right?
You can just do board name, unique hyphen board names. I don't think you need to include the origin as well.
Okay.
Let's see if yes, perfect.
Nice. Okay.
So, subject track, yeah, that's fine. If you can just check the code of this one, I want to make sure that this was the latest code. Um, so go in your existing file.
Still fronted.
Yeah, to frontend and go to get board names function. Yes, yes, this must be the latest code. Yeah, it is. So this is the function that Tori changed.
Or did you write this as well?
Yes, he did. I love
Very,
his approach.
very
Love it.
professional. Nice. Yeah, it looks great. Wow.
It is great. Yeah. So, do you wanna take us through, as in from your understanding, what he's doing?
Okay, let me have a look.
Yeah.
Firstly,
And you're free to think out loud if you're comfortable with that.
okay, sure. So he's using a try catch. Firstly,
Correct?
inside the try, he is trying the get method to fetch the board names. Let's see, where does that end? It ends here. He's using a switch if the response is, I'm guessing 200, with the dot OK.
Yeah.
Probably need to check that, but I'm guessing it's 200. He's fetching the board objects, and then just storing the names in the array.
Mapping them. Yeah.
Mapping them in the array. Map over the items array and access the board name property in each board object to get the board name. Okay. Okay. Then returning the board names array.
That's correct.
And then if the response is not okay, then throwing an error message.
Yeah.
And then in the second part, so if the try doesn't succeed, then just console logging any errors that occur. This is really clean,
Perfecto.
man.
It is.
It's really clean. Wow.
It is. As in, to be honest, I wasn't surprised because knowing him, he takes his stuff really seriously. Which is
Yeah, that's right.
which is just fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is great. Like, wow. Yeah, I'm pretty blown away.
He's an amazing dev. Also to work with, and the best part is that he's really keen and open to learnings, which is the two most important things.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Perfect. So if you want to run this, if you want to go to a CD client and then do a live server. Okay, cool. So probably hang on. I will tell you which board name is already present. Then you can try and create that, and that should actually show us the alert.
Okay. I don't need. I won't need console log, right? I mean, I won't need the console.
No. So this functionality is already done, but you're just as in kind of doing something two in one. So testing it and also understanding what we did yesterday.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
So if you type in FR as a board name, FR,
okay.
Yeah, and press go. There we go.
Cool.
And now if you want to type in, say, FR1, yep, go. There we go.
Nice.
So this is basically what we completed yesterday.
Yeah, looks great, man. I was just thinking, like, would we want to implement, like, if we do FR, then it goes to the FR page instead of this?
FR page instead of what? Sorry?
So instead of showing up this alert, it would go here, be FR, like that.
Oh no, so we won't be doing that in this section of the functionality
Mm-hmm.
because at the moment we're using kind of board names as a primary key,
Mm-hmm.
and that would indicate that if a user has entered a name but that's already taken, we don't wanna take that user to see another person's board name and all the details which someone else has already created.
Okay. All right. So this is kind of differing from the original Scrambler, though, right? Because in the original Scrambler, if you do a board that already exists, it takes you to that board.
Yes, so the part of the functionality that you're talking about is being done by another team member, which we will be helping because this is basically, as far as I can remember, the last bit of core functionality that we need to implement. But the reason why we haven't done in this part is because this part was specific
Mm-hmm.
to stop the user um, making duplicate board names.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Perfect. So now that that's done, do you wanna create another branch in
Uh,
the Git repo?
yeah, sure thing. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is getting getting the board names right from. I mean, no, getting the board based on board name from the backend. Isn't that what
So
we're doing?
big, yes. So at the moment, because we're getting the board by name, we need to implement a separate method in the backend, which actually takes in a name, not the ID.
Yeah. Okay, makes
So
sense.
we need to implement that method today.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Perfect.
So I should be opening up the backend code, right? I mean, in that
Yes.
case.
Ah, yeah. Sorry, my bad. I should have said that first of all. Yeah.
That's all right.
Hey,
SAM
yeah.
API.
API. Okay, and I merged this backend as well. So if you want to do a git pull, I don't think you'll be allowed to add creative. First, you need to you've already got some changes and it's asking you to commit that. So let's go to the tools control
Okay. I don't
and
really want my changes, but we can have a look. Yeah, I don't.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. And there's another change as well at the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Don't need
cool.
this.
Right.
Yeah, don't need this. Um,
You can basically just press the undo button.
this one.
Yeah, that one, and it would ask
Uh,
you.
cool,
There you
cool,
go.
cool.
Everything gone.
Okay, that's much better. Cool.
Yeah, if you want to close that and now create a branch.
Don't say. Wait.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I'll just do a git pull to check.
Yeah,
Okay,
there we
that's
go.
good.
Cool. So now if you wanna um, create a branch,
Git branch.
Probably do git checkout, which will actually switch and as in which will create a new branch and switch to that new branch as well.
Okay. Yeah. That's correct. Right. Good. Check out B.
Yeah.
We'll name it.
Get board by board name. Perfect. Yeah. Cool. You're on that branch, so we can start to code away. Here comes the fun part.
Sure. Okay, so I have to look at the other functions to get an idea first.
Yeah. That was expected, so feel free. I'll just be here to kind of overlook you.
Oh. Okay. Okay, so this is kind of like where I need to look at. Get a particular board. So really, it's going to be quite similar to this, I would say.
Yeah.
But instead, we're using board name. All right. Board ID. If board ID in. Not params. It's not present. Okay.
Hey, Q, just say welcome. Good to have you.
Look at this. Just want to have a look at what this function does.
Mm-hmm.
False. True. Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
so go go back to the code because this function is actually implemented at the top. Sorry, I should have told you that. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, okay. I see. You guys made this one. Okay.
Yeah. So essentially, we're passing in the board ID, and then we're just choosing a regex to test if the board ID. I forgot what test did, but it's also checking if the length is 36 characters. So if you might want to look up regex.test. What does that do? I kind of forgot.
Okay. Sure. Do. But in my case, I wouldn't want to use this function because, it's not going to be 36. It's going to be less for sure. So, board name, I mean.
Yes. So when, yeah, no. Actually, yeah, probably not. No. Yeah, you're right.
Have a look at this. So used to Windows, forget.
Do you use Windows at work?
Yeah, I do.
Right. Same here.
Do you? Yep. Yeah, makes sense. You get confused as well?
No, because I've got a keyboard that works with both Mac and Windows.
So, but you still have to like press control instead of command, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. As in that kind of mindset.
Mhm.
Yeah, it gets a bit confusing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, here we go.
This is
Go
the
up. I suggest you read the what it does, and then it will make a lot of sense to you.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
So the test method executes a search for a match between a regular expression and a specified string, and it also returns true or false. That makes sense.
Hmm. Okay.
So did you understand what it does?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the regex you guys defined, and
Yeah.
essentially it's checking the board ID against this.
Yes. True.
Um, the length equals 36. Okay. So maybe we need to use this, but I won't be using this function essentially.
No, you probably won't.
Hmm. Okay. All right. Let's keep looking through this. Port ID is not valid. Okay. I'm a bit confused on this part, Zane, if you
Mhm.
don't mind. Port
Cool.
ID in.
Yeah, so what is doing, that's a request object, so it's checking if the board ID, if the string board ID is coming in the parameters of a request,
Mhm.
as in from the front end. As in when the user makes a request.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep. So essentially, it's checking that it's in the right format, right?
Oh, so it's just checking if it is present or
It's
not.
present. Okay.
Because it says that if, then if board ID in the request or params, which essentially means that if the board ID is in the params of the request object.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
And
Yep.
it's got a not operator as well, so that means that check if it's not in the in the params of the request object. If it's not, then assign the board ID an empty string and return the error saying board ID is not present in parameters.
Yep. Okay. Yep. That makes sense. Essentially, so let me just get this right, Zane.
Yeah,
Before I move on,
surely.
you want to check in. You want checking essentially this, right? Whether this is present in the URL, like in that full get request, whether board ID is present there.
Yes, because the board ID will be as key value pairs in the request object. So the key would be board ID as in as a string like is shown in 104.
Mm-hmm.
So the key would be board ID and then it will say colon and then the board ID itself. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah.
Actually, what might be a good idea, I
Mm-hmm.
might draw it in order to explain it, because then the visualization might help a lot.
Yes, yeah, yes, please. That'd be great. Thanks.
Cool, perfect. So I'll just share my screen.
Mhm.
Feel free to talk to Tori at the moment.
Yeah. Hey,
Because
Tori.
I'll be
Good.
drawing that.
Good to be back, man. Oh, by the way, I saw your code, the one you did. It looks great. I was telling Zane earlier. Yeah, looks really awesome, man. Looks very neat, and yeah.
Okay, so say for example this is the request object, and it's got something here. Okay,
Mhm.
all this. So what's gonna happen basically, that the board ID would appear like this in the request or parameters.
Mhm.
So say this is request, and then these are parameters probably.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is board ID, and then this will be, say, the actual value of the ID. So basically what that piece of code is doing is checking if this board ID is present or not.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
because if it is present, then there has to be a value associated with it.
Yep. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
and if this board ID is not present here, then we are signing that. No, sorry, my bad, my bad. If it is if it is present, then we are getting this value and doing some other things with this one. Okay,
Mhm.
but if it's not present, then we're simply assigning empty string.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
and then sending the user back to the front end, saying that the board ID isn't present. I can't help you if it's not present. I need the board ID first,
Mhm.
as in this part.
Mhm.
Does this make sense now?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Okay, perfect. Right, so you feel free to continue.
I just have, yeah, I have one more question
Yep.
that why is I don't know if this is, yeah, maybe a bit, like, I don't know if this is self-explanatory, but why is this, why do we, why,
So the,
yeah.
the colon is a
Mhm.
way that we give variables in Express.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay, that makes sense.
instead of a board ID, it would this actually means that it's expecting a value.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Thanks for that, Zane. Clarifying
it's all right.
all of that.
I'm happy you're asking all these questions, because if you didn't, I'd be worried.
Okay. That's good to hear. So I'll get started, I think.
Perfect.
See how we go on the way.
Uh, du- 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 du. Where's the ball reunion? Oh, the balls. All right.
Hmm.
Yeah. Is that? gonna be on by so because I've had a month of a going away to an family emergency tour, which is why I think that it would get postponed to a month. So probably say February, hopefully.
Mhm.
That's looking good.
Um, so yeah, I think I'll start off in the same way as
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
is that a way to test offline, like locally? Say.
Locally. That's a really good question. Yeah, I think it should be able to be tested in the same way we're doing so far.
Okay.
What's on your mind?
Just because, like, how would we like if we want to use the API like
Mm-hmm.
locally? Then I mean, use it in our code, right? Do we need to use local stack or something
Oh,
like that?
so if you're asking the entire thing to test it offline, I wouldn't suggest at this point because everything is running really really smooth. Um, and because they've also got for this reason to save costs, they've also got a brand new AWS account. But may I ask, why are you asking that?
Oh no, what I mean is like, okay, I'm gonna write this piece of code right now, and I just want to see
Yeah.
if it works. Um, so that's what I want to
Oh,
try.
okay, okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, so the way we did it was from the Lambda. So if any error occurs, we just go to Lambda and continue testing it, as in see why didn't a piece of code work, because all the errors and exceptions are logged into Lambda.
Okay, okay. Right. Um, we used I don't know if you remember, we used local stack last year. I thought maybe we could actually do that here as well. Maybe we can do it offline, but do something like
Y-
just test it here.
yes, that would be a good idea, but to be honest, I'll have to go back and remember how did I do that, because it's not at the top of my memory. But yeah, for sure you can run lambdas locally as well. I'd have to research it first and then come back to you.
Yeah.
But I think it's done as Sam local invoke, something something like that.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
too sure myself. So
I'll have a look. Uh, wow. Tori, you are a dark horse, mate. He's got an interview at Shopify at for front end.
Well, nice,
Damn,
Tori.
look at that. He's amongst the Big Tens.
Yeah,
Not even Big Four, Big Tens now.
yeah.
Fantastic. How'd you feel? Sorry, you were saying something to Vinesh?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the first stage interview, or you've been a kind of a hidden gem and you're already on the final stage? Come on, mate. Come on. Speak positiveness into yourself. I know we all get the point that Tori is the humblest person in this world, but with these kind of things, there has to be a positive self-talk, mate. That's
Mhm.
really important.
Yeah, totally agree. And like, I mean, like he
Yeah,
can write like amazing code, like what we saw earlier, right? So,
exactly.
um,
Exactly. I don't see why you're not gonna get this job, as in everything is just aligned.
yeah, absolutely.
You have the pretty face, which is really mandatory in this profession. You know how to speak English, which is really compulsory. So yeah, man, you're gonna nail it.
Absolutely. Um,
Exactly. Yeah. Um, that's exactly my mindset when I have any kind of a interview. I I give my best, and that's all, because I know that uh, either I'm gonna pass or I'm gonna learn. There's no failing in this. Fantastic, man. That's a really good attitude to have. Yeah, just go for experience, because trust me, man. When I got my fresh PR, as in that's called the Australian presidency. I actually went for at least 140 interviews, and I was like, alright, I'm just gonna go for experience. That's all. Yeah. Okay. So it's a senior role. You're definitely a senior dev. I can tell front end one. I mean, check his code out, mate.
yeah, true, true.
Check his
Absolutely.
code out.
That was like really professional. Like his coding now in the front end. So yeah, absolutely.
True. And the
Yeah,
fact that he actually started with a method summary,
yeah,
that just I fell in love with you, Tori. Honestly,
yeah,
mate.
yeah. Um, yeah, and it was like easy to read as well. Like you put the comments in the right
Mm-hmm.
spot, um, and it was just like so structured so well as well. So yeah, absolutely,
Exactly.
it was great. Yeah,
True, true. As in, couldn't agree more. The goal is to have them consider me for an internship. Oh, come on, Tori. You're way better than that, mate.
hey Tor, if you want some inspiration, I'm not even joking here, but check out Zane's blog. His I reckon that's like, I'm not like, I don't know if you mind me telling Tori
No, no,
about
no.
this,
Feel free, man. That's the purpose
but
of the blog.
yeah, definitely your blog is very inspirational. So if you have
Thank
some
you.
time, definitely check out Zane's blog. I've read it like the first one. I've read it a couple of times, and every time I just like felt inspired by it. So yeah.
Really appreciate it, Finish. Yeah, it was a hard journey though. It was. I'm not even joking. I'm not, but I would just say really kudos to Paul, who actually whooped my ass as an excellent mentor
Mhm.
and just kept me going. It was hard work, but it's all worth it at the end.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't even imagine, to be honest. But yeah, it was yeah, just it's inspired me, and I hopefully can inspire other people as well.
Thank you. I can send you a link, Tori. That if it's still act, if my domain and that is still active. Blog. Okay, it's not blog. It's blogs. Oh, okay. Here we go. Uh, okay. So the title is a bit funny, but I'll share it anyway. Here we go, Tori. Okay, so what we doing finish until now?
So basically, I kind of got the first part from what you guys do with the board ID. What I'm gonna do now is essentially kind of think about what we want to check for uh, in terms of whether the in terms of what kind of formatting or what the name should be. Like, I mean, should it have spaces or whatnot, or numbers, letters, all that. So I'm just thinking about that kind of functionality at the moment, like what you guys have done here.
Right. So why not, as in just copy and paste this code, as in not copy and paste, but duplicate this code in there because it's doing this. We want to do the same thing basically,
I was thinking about
except
it,
add a board name.
but you guys have a very specific regex for that. So for the board ID, so I would have to create a new regex essentially, for the board name.
Oh no, sorry. You should use this method. If you go up,
Uh huh.
you know where it says go further up a bit.
Uh huh.
Up, as in right at the top,
Okay.
where those functions are, a little bit down.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that one, as in is
Uh.
name valid. You can just call this method, and then
Mhm.
pass in the name.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, that's a great idea. I didn't see this, so okay. Just give me one sec to have a look.
Yeah, that's fine. Just take your time because I wouldn't be happy if you just copied and pasted it. And I was
Okay.
like, Ganesh, go back and understand the method first, what it's doing, and then if you still want to, you can copy and paste it.
Okay. So checking if the name is less than 32 characters
Equal
using,
to.
or less or equal to 32 characters. Um, and then checking against this regex that you guys have up here. To be honest, I'm not very familiar with 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 um, with regex. So that's something I guess I'll have to look into offline.
Yeah.
Uh,
hmm
get a better understanding.
Yeah, or you can do your research, as in little bit of research. For example, just 5 minutes
Hmm.
into that because it's really good to show. As in, that's basically the purpose of this stream, to show the thought process
Hmm.
of everything. So if you want to, you can continue to understand it on the stream. But if you want to do it offline, yes, is totally up to you.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would like to know what this does, so I'm gonna have a look.
Yeah.
Did you guys write this regex yourself, or do you?
It was collaborated effort from all online solutions, adopting it to our needs.
Okay,
Yeah.
makes sense.
So if you wanna learn that one, then I would suggest you go and do, as in, Google regex, and then it will just come up. Yeah. Go to the first one probably. D- No, this is just checking you. You won't learn nothing from it. Go back. Go to the second one maybe, because I'm trying to find a link that has all those keywords in this, so you can actually understand
Hmm.
that, why are those keywords we have used are there.
Okay. Cool. Um, maybe I'll
Hang
add this.
on, I'll check something. Um, regex keywords.
Oh, this is pretty good, Zane. Like, I think this is. See, it says here explains it.
Yeah. Perfect. I think that's the one we used.
Awesome. Okay. Just look at this below. Star.
Art testing endpoints. Yes. So we're not testing endpoints at the moment, Tori. We're just as encoding a new function with a new endpoint. As in, by endpoint, I mean a path, a new path name.
The dots is matches the character, matches a single character in the list. Dollar sign is asserts position at the end of a line. Causes multi-line.
Okay. Finish. Can you
Mm-hmm.
zoom in a bit? Because
Oh yeah, sure.
the viewers can't see the screen too well. Yeah.
Is better.
Perfect.
Okay. Take this up. Doesn't make a difference. It says position at the start of the line.
Hang on. I'll give
Mhm.
you a simpler one because I think that might be a bit too complicated for you. at this stage as a beginner in regex.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Regex for keywords.
A to Z matches simple. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I need to spend some time trying to learn this.
Okay, cool.
But yeah. Um.
Yeah, probably I would suggest you that understand the keywords first or
Mhm.
the key characters, and then start experimenting
Okay.
online.
Yeah.
Um, just trying to find a really good link for you. Regex.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just keep going
Yeah,
on with the code for the time being.
cool.
Um. And then yeah, have a look at that offline, I guess.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So just have a see where you guys are using this. Okay. So you guys are actually using it already in when you're creating a board. So
Yeah.
that's a good sign. I can use it as well.
Yeah. Cool. And I'll select you a good link that I found for you in as in about that.
Cool. Cool. Thanks, sir.
It's alright. Okay, cool. Um, might as well be hieroglyphics me. Straight on it for the library. Yeah, true, Tori. Live form validation libraries. Yeah, that's as in one of the most easiest and laziest way to do, which I do sometimes as well. Okay, yep, or Zod. Interesting. I'll have a look at that. Yeah, I don't know why, but I don't like regex mate at all. They're really as in fussy and complicated, and they, they take too much time to be right. Um, true. Leave it up
Yeah.
to the pros.
I mean, like saying if you don't need to use it, like, isn't it better to just use a library, like what Tori's saying?
Yeah, but we're trying not to depend too much on third-party resources.
Mhm.
That's why
Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense.
use regex. So board name rise equal to UK. Yeah, that will come from the front end, which is fine. And then we're checking if it's valid by passing the board name. Yeah. And then, yeah, if it's not valid, then board name is not valid. And cool. Yeah, that looks good.
Cool. That's it, right? Missing anything?
You missed the main part of the method, as in to get the board object from the database.
Oh, you know what I've done?
Uh-huh.
I have put it in the wrong spot, I think. Yeah. Sorry, that's my bad. Because you know what? I was confused on on. Yeah, no, that's my bad. Absolutely. Um, it should be. I'm. I know I shouldn't be copying and pasting, but I
Yeah,
just put it
that's fine.
in the wrong location. But you're right, Zane. Yeah, I missed the main part. Um,
Cool, Tori. Yeah, no problem at all. Mate, do what you need to do, and yeah, you as well. By the way, thanks for watching us. Been a pleasure.
Thanks, sorry.
We'll
See
see
you
you
later.
tomorrow. Yeah, bye. Okay, so where are we? So now we need to get the fetching from the DB. Right.
So wait.
By the way, feel free to think out loud.
Oh yeah, I forget. Um, so having a look at what you guys did previously, let params table name table. Okay. Why are you guys using table rows const await? Await dot client dot scan params dot promise. Okay, so
If you, by the way, if you need me to explain something, feel free to ask me anything at all. Okay,
okay, yep.
I'm here for you.
Um, hmm. Just trying to think through it first, saying, but yeah, I mean,
Cool.
um, yeah.
Yeah. Take your time. It's fine.
Equals await dot client dot scan.
I'll give you a bit of a tip. If you don't understand what these as in code is, as in, for example, table rows or doc client or
Mm-hmm.
scan,
Mm-hmm.
you can always right click and go to definition and see what they actually are doing.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Good idea. Oh, that's just a obviously that's just a variable. But let me have a look at this one.
There we go.
Client u.aws document. Okay.
So basically, document client is a library or that helps us interact directly with DynamoDB. So create any items, read any items, as in all the CRUD operations are done from this library.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting.
Mm.
I've by the way, like haven't really looked at the backend code, so
Yeah,
um,
I know. Yeah,
it's
that's why, as in, it's important, as in, for you to take your time to understand it and then continue.
mhm, yeah.
Mhm.
Um, so just go back to that one.
Mhm.
name. Alright, so what's scan do? Let me have a look at the scan.
Feel free.
Um, returns one or more items and item attributes by accessing every item in a table or a secondary index. One or more items and item attributes by, okay. Every item in a table or secondary index. Okay. Let's go back here.
Right, I think for today this might be enough because I don't want to overload you with everything, and then you're gonna be like, oh, I actually forgot everything, because that happens to me a lot.
Mhm.
So yeah, we can leave it here, and you're gonna have a lot a bit of time to, as in, understand the code offline, so we can leave the stream here and basically take it from there.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll push this after.
Yeah, if you can, that'd be fantastic. And yeah, so do you want to do the closing?
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, thanks for joining, everyone. Today we essentially started on the retrieving the boards by board name functionality in the backend. Why we would want this is so that we can use this function in the front end to get the boards on all their respective nodes by using the board name instead of the board ID. So I guess we essentially have done half the function, more of the validation side of things, and yeah, we'll come back to the actual getting of the boards in the next episode. So thanks for joining, everyone. We'll see you same time, same place, and
same task.
awesome.
There you go, guys. Have a good night. Cheers. Bye.
Thanks, guys. See you.